some of the biggest proponents in our lives that can cripple us. Think about that. What fears cripple you? What stops you from getting that job interview? What stops you from asking that girl out or seeing what the possibilities of your life? From jumping out of the airplane and finally skydiving to hit that bucket list? To travel to a distant nation? Either way, it's a lot of times it's fear. It's the unknown. It's things that we can't predict and that we have no control over. Fear. That's what it is. But does fear control you? Because a lot of times it can. As a kid, I used to love to climb trees. And I was about maybe 7 or 8, and I was climbing this tree outside this park in Colorado Springs. And I got stuck. My dad told me to jump it. He'd catch me. It's not that high. My sister and my cousin were like, yeah, it's not that high. Come on, jump. I was locked. Couldn't move. I was frozen in that tree for a good half an hour. Finally, when I took the leap and just finally jumped out of the tree, looking back, the tree wasn't that high. I wasn't high up from the ground. But my mind, my perception of the situation had froze me in the idea that if I jump, I'm going to die or something's going to happen to me, right? And that's what happens with fear. Fear gets us an idea of a perception that doesn't necessarily exist. It's a distorted perception, a distorted view, a lens, so to speak, of reality that isn't reality at all. What it is, it's a distortion that stops us from progress. But look at the most successful people in the world. The most successful people are successful because they have overcome fear. They've overcome it. I'm not saying they didn't have it. We all have fear. Fear is okay to have. It's what makes us human. It protects us. Fear is a protective thing, right? Fear protects us from danger. But if we live in it, and if we let fear control us, we'll never move forward. We'll never move past the fear. Because we don't always need protection. Sometimes the fear we have is based off of past experiences in our lives. You got bit by a dog, so guess what? You're afraid of dogs. I'll admit, as a kid, got bit by a dog. For a good portion of my young childhood, I was afraid of dogs. And then finally we got our own dog, and I noticed this dog doesn't bite me. And I was okay after a while, and then I love dogs. And that's the thing, is like I would have stuck in that mindset that all dogs are gonna bite, all dogs are gonna hurt, and I lived in that fear, remained in that fear. I would have been stuck. I wouldn't have been able to experience the beauty of having a dog. And that's the thing. Think about what is holding you back from your past. Maybe it's a really bad breakup, a relationship that hurt you really bad, so you're just avoiding all relationships because of that. Fear can cause loneliness, or fear can also make you afraid of the right people at the right time. Fear also, a lot of times too, can prevent us from getting that new progress in our life, like that new job. I got rejected before, so I'm not going to do that again. I don't like that feeling. Well, no one likes the feeling of rejection. That shouldn't stop you from trying, from progress. That's what we're talking about, moving forward progress. The emotion of fear isn't necessarily a bad one. It's only bad if it controls you, if it prevents you from what you could have. It prevents you from the possibilities in front of you. And life is full of possibilities, negative and positive. That's what fear does too. Fear gives you the idea of the possible negative of what could happen, the outcome. You could die. Well, yeah, possibly. But it's a possibility no matter where you're at and what you're doing. I can get hurt. Well, yes, there's a possibility of you getting hurt. There's a possibility of you getting hurt with anyone. There's a possibility they'll say no. Well, yes, but there's also a possibility they'll say yes. But if they say no, is it the end of the world? No, you get to learn from that and move forward. That's the reality of life. That's the beauty of life is full of ups and downs and ins and outs and exceptions and rejections, but we learn from them and we grow from them, and they shouldn't stop us from what we could do with the possibilities that are out there. What is fear holding you back from? Be honest with yourself. What can fear do to you? Fear will hold you back. Fear will prevent you from living the best life you could, with the best people you can, with the best memories you could have. So what's it going to be? Are you going to let fear control you, or are you going to overcome fear and you control it? How do we do that? How do we control our fear? Let's be realistic with it. Being realistic with our fear is where it starts. Where is this fear coming from, right? Asking that question. And once we are realistic, and then once we ask the question of where is this being driven from, then we can start getting to the root of how we overcome it. How I overcame my fear of dogs is getting a dog. Go figure, right? How do you overcome your fear of asking a person out on a date? You just ask them, right? And then you realize, oh, that wasn't that bad. And yes, there is that potential of rejection. It happens. You just learn what not to do and try again. How we overcome the fear of anything is by going through it, by experiencing it. Life is short. Life gives us so much, so many opportunities. Don't miss your opportunity because of fear. Don't miss what you could have, and it could be something amazing, all because fear is holding you back and keeping you frozen. I'm Coach AJ, and you just watched our episode of Living Fully Fit as we kind of dived into fully fit emotions and the emotion of fear. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe down below. Check me out on Facebook as well. Great content being added daily on there. So check it out, be part of the conversation. It's part of your growth track to live more fully fit. Thanks for watching.